Folks, you've all been asking it in the comments in my other video. Is Grimgor still a meme in the new update? Well, I don't think so, and you know what? Let's play some campaign with him. And not only will you get to see some more of the new campaign and how the mechanics are working, but you'll also get to see how Grimgor is in fact the best and the baddest of all of the orcs. So yes, I'm not sure if it represents. Is he the biggest and the artist, or the best? I don't know. The biggest and the best, probably. Anyway, one of those combinations. So we're going to play some campaign with him. I don't feel like dealing with some of the nonsense, at least right off the bat, of the cheating very hard battles. I've been playing enough of that in my Marathi campaign. But I did put the campaign on very hard, just so we'll get the extra stacks to fight against, but somewhat normal battles. Just so you can kind of see Grimgor in action against units that aren't cheating massively with leadership buffs and stuff like that, right? So this will give you a decent idea how he's going to stack in. So let's go play some campaign with him.
Black Crag is yours, my brutal lord. The Badlands beyond lay open for conquest. This area is dominated by tribes of inferior Greeks.
You all may hear some extra clicking and clacking from a keyboard in this video. I'm playing on my AMD build, which has a 1080p monitor, not 1440p, so it also means the video will only be in 1080p. But I keep the updated build on this AMD one and the old build on my regular Intel machine, just for my sake. Hey, dude, shut up, man. I can't stand that announcer. I know how to play me some greenskins. Anyway, yeah, so if you hear some extra clacking, it's just a different keyboard. Apologize for it. It's not going to be in every video. It's just these ones, but I'll try not to be too clickety-clackety with it as we go. But anyway, yeah, this is going to be some fun. Let's see whether Grimgor is, in fact, the biggest and the best. And if we take a look at his stats right off the bat, I mean, it's certainly not looking bad. He's starting with 500 weapon damage, armor piercing. He's got a new ability that debuffs the enemies around him, which is really good. So this is actually going to change him quite a bit too, because if he does get into a scrap with someone, he's going to be able to debuff them massively and put a pretty big beating on them. And with minus 48 speed, he's going to be able to catch a decent bit of stuff. He's not real fast still at 38, but we'll see. He is immune to psychology, which is pretty big. Yeah, should be pretty fun. So let's throw this Immortals banner. I think we all know that it belongs in a black orc. In fact, that's the only place it belongs. And let's have a battle. Have a scrap here, we should say. Okay, we're in the first battle. We got Gorfang hang on, is it Nash? Nash. I thought it was Rotgut. I guess we already defeated Rotgut technically in like a what do you call it? Why is the word escaping my brain right now? A tutorial. Ah, there it is. Wow. Wow, it's the weekend, but my brain is still operating like it's Monday. Okay, we're going to go after Nash here, and I am going to properly debuff him. You can see that Grimgor is indeed the biggest and the best. Look at that splash damage he put on right there, too. Yeah, he's putting a wallop on this enemy war boss, and you can see the debuff that he puts on that war boss is extremely significant. So I don't think there's really any question here that Grimgor is in fact the best. Gotta get my boars off of this goblin unit. We can use our Wah here. That'll actually help. Give me a little extra speed with these boars. Move around this AI unit and swing in for a rear charge here. But yeah, it's Grimgor is, in my opinion at least, not a meme, especially not in campaign. We haven't played a lot of multiplayer battles yet. I say we, like meaning the content creators who have access to this, including myself. And so we're going to be checking into that more. But I mean, he's definitely no meme in campaign. He is, he's pretty solid. He's going to be causing a lot of damage, and I'll show you some of the upgrade tracks that he has that are only going to increase that damage a lot. So it's pretty exciting, in my opinion. Pretty exciting. Let's use our boys to chase things down. Use Grimgor to keep after Nash over here. Shoot up some of these routing units. There we go. He is bigger. They actually made him bigger, so there is a size difference. Let's use our Wah, should help us get some extra speed and chop through. And here's Grimgor's Wah, by the way, in case you all haven't seen it yet. It's 24 melee attack, 50% extra armor piercing and base, and then it makes all your units immune to psychology. So Grimgor's Wah is pretty substantial. Doesn't affect speed though. No speed impact. But if you are in melee, it is certainly gonna give you some extra damage to output. Alright, so Nash is defeated, and there's another new mechanic that they gave the Greenskins that I failed to mention in my video yesterday, which is they added a Norska-like Confederation mechanic, meaning if you go and beat the crap out of their faction leader, it's very likely you're going to get them to join your faction. Let's auto-resolve this one. Shouldn't be much of a problem. I do have DLC units turned off, by the way, so I can't be showing you all anything that's not out of embargo. That stuff you will see next week, so stick around. I believe it's the 12th and the 13th. Next week there's going to be some more embargo release dates, so do keep an eye on that, and you'll get a good chance to see some of the new units. But for now, obviously, they're totally fine with us showing off these awesome new changes to the Greenskins. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and start upgrading Grimgor. Normally, I'd kind of like to get Route Marcher, but see, Dead Ard is the first upgrade here, all the way up to 140 armor right away. Again, all the stuff may have been the same. Wasn't terribly familiar with Grimgor, but, I mean, just look at this. Like, a 10 and 20% gain to weapon strength right here. I mean, that's going to put him up to, like, basically 600, just right off the bat with a few upgrades, and that's huge. There are not a lot of lords out there dropping 600 armor-piercing focused weapon damage that early on. It's gonna be nuts, and that doesn't include the fact that there's item drops and Git's Nick and the blood forged armor, all the stuff that we can still go get. So in fact, we'll drop our first point here in Choppas, and look, we're already up to 595 weapon strength, just like that, no problem, because he's got this biting blade as well. So yeah. Grimgor doesn't really feel like a meme to me. If I was coming up against this in campaign, it would honestly be kind of terrifying. Let's get this go bigger so we can focus on some growth, build up Black Crag proper. We do need to recruit some boys. Oh, I'm not in my my own territory. Let's take Iron Rock. You are the one true Git. Oh, auto-resolve kind of screwed me a little bit. It's just Gobos. We don't need them stinking little Gobos. Actually, Gobos are pretty darn awesome. They've got a lot of nice upgrades now because of the scrap system, so it's actually pretty exciting. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to be excited about in this DLC. I say DLC. This is a free upgrade. But the DLC is also exciting. Let's just get some boys. We don't need no stinking archers. Let's just tank up on Orc boys right now. It will involve fighting, Grimgor. I'm going to split one over here to hit points, and then we'll keep working on...
territory expand.
Shut it. Alright, here we go. I need to fix my camera settings real quick. I wish this was a setting that CA would make it to where it stays the same in all your campaigns. It's something that they could fix pretty easily. It's not a huge deal. Nothing game-breaking here, but it'd be cool if it would remember your settings from campaign to campaign, so you didn't have to reset it every time you started one. Again, nothing huge, just a small quality of life thing that I would like to see. As we push on here to Karak Dron, this is where we're going to find Gorfang Rotgut hiding. I'm going to get one more boy, and I am going to get a couple of archers, because if we fight this ambush at Thundering Falls, there is some stunty, twirly things there, so we are going to have to deal with that. Oh, these Mortal Empire's turn-in times are so much faster. Thank you, CA, thank you. Alright, he's also recruiting new units, so if he thinks he can has a lot of new units, I can has a lot of new units too. Go ahead, spin one more turn, kind of replenishing, stocking up. Some people ask whether the greenskins replenish faster. I mean, I haven't had a problem replenishing them, and I've played probably 60 or 70 turns into a greenskin campaign. So I haven't noticed anything. Like, I don't know if that means it's different, but I haven't. And you know me, I complain about replenishment in like 3 Kingdoms. So I feel pretty confident that replenishment isn't an issue. I've had people ask me about it, but it's not something I think is an issue at the moment. Okay, I've got us all set up. Open fire with the old catapult. Take our boars up and do some harassing. I'm gonna sling Grimgor out of this group and go straight for Gorfang Rotgut. We're going straight for the war boss who pretends to be a true Git. Just swing around all their troops here so we can run some interference. Go after Rotgut. Sling some attack orders here. Sling some of that way, and then let's use our debuff here. Keep swinging our boards around. We're gonna get a little bit overwhelmed on this flank, but I mean, you can see Grimgor is just absolutely owning Rotgut. Like, this is a no contest, pure ownage style here. We're about to get our first Wa as well. I'm assuming the AI probably is too. Yeah, Grimgor just absolutely tanked Rotgut right there. That was like a no contest destruction. Change my Gabo Archer target right there. See the Wa helping us chop through. I'm going to use my boars to try and get a devastating attack here and see if we can clean this up. Our Immortals, the Black Orcs with the Immortal banner, that is, have punched through. No, there's not an actual unit called the Immortals. I know. Some people are still saying CA please, but comes the boar charge. Get some of this sweet action. Some sweet green on green action. That should be relatively devastating. And Rotgut's forces are going to get broken. Actually, I know it's not as challenging, and I'm still going to play campaigns that are on very hard. But I have to admit, like, playing on, like, when you're a player like me who's had quite a bit of time in the game, you still want some challenge, but maybe you want a little more chill experience. Playing with battles on normal, but campaign difficulty on very hard is actually a pretty cool balance. You still find yourself fighting like huge numbers of stacks of enemies, and so it still kind of has this epic element to it, but at the same time, you don't find yourself having to fight peasants to the last man because of the leadership buffs, or watching your elite troops lose to peasant infantry and stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome. It's kind of a fun way to play the game, to be honest. And then you can always crank up the difficulty if you feel like you're snowballing too hard and you want something to be more interesting. Oh, we had Gabos get behind us. Let's wad up here. Mostly just stragglers that are regrouping here for Rotgut's army. And we should be about to force an army losses situation. Swing over here. Yep, there we go. Army losses is a thing. Yeah, so Grimgor is no longer Memegor. At least that's the way it feels to me. Alright, so I'm gonna eat the captives, of course. I mean, that's what we do. Now, after defeating Rotgut like that, it gives us this option to form a confederation, which we're gonna do, because that puts an end to my war with him. And then what I would like to do is, I'm gonna move forward, take some of his troops, and consolidate. I'd like to have these wolf chariots, and honestly, the skulkers would be pretty good. And I guess at this point we might as well just fill in a couple of gaps. I've got enough archers. Just gonna throw some boys in here, and then we're gonna disband this army because it's just extra upkeep we can't afford right now. So we'll throw that army out, and basically you can see that this new Confederation thing makes it pretty nice when you're trying to consolidate things early on here. Oof, so much fun. We're going to go ahead and build the wolf den, because eventually we'll want that at a settlement that allows me to go all the way up to tier 4. And then, let's see what else we want to build here. Probably just, at least, no, we want to put in this boss tent here. That'll give us access to a big boss. And those units are going to be pretty handy either on the campaign map or in combat. They're pretty good at both. We'll just go ahead and fill up all the building slots here. Once we do some replenishing, we should be able to just kind of teleport over here and take this battle for Thundering Falls on the next turn as well. We got another skill point. I'm going to drop this one into Choppas, and you can see just a couple turns into campaign, I'm already up to 645 weapon damage. So, and you've seen the way he can debuff an enemy lord, so you tell me whether or not you think Grimgor is in fact the biggest and the best. He sure feels like it. I'm gonna get this go faster thing, and then we'll unlock scrap for the boys here. So you can see the scrap upgrades, but we just can't use them yet because we haven't unlocked them from a technology standpoint. And I'm gonna drop a Camp Ruckus commandment here, whatever you call these things, for the greenskins. Alright, let's step out of the settlement and try and win this battle at Thundering Falls. Give us a gambler's armor, which isn't going to hurt anything. Balance of powers even. I'll be judge of that, you stunty scum.
The stunties come to stop us? Time for a rock, I say. I'm gonna enjoy pulling these beers from their chins. First, though, we need to break their big guns. That's just cheating. I want some boys on that straight away. Stop their artillery from shooting, and we get more time scrapping. Just as Maud likes it. Watch it, though. Just 'cause they're short, don't mean one or two of them ain't handy with their own troubles. They like fighting underground, but so do we. Ask any rat man under Mount Red Eye. Right, boys, that's the plan. Immortals, get your choppers out. This one's gonna be fun.
I love the way Grimgor talks. Oh, man. Talking about the guns, that's cheating. Get some boys on that right away. Oh, man. It is just, oh, it's classic. It's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, man, it's so good. The Black Orcs will win. Okay? They absolutely will win. In fact, let's get our boys all lined up. Grimgor at the lead of this host. We got our error goblins here. I'm gonna swing both these cav units this way. Let's go ahead and select all this. Put them in a group. Just throw that in a group. Group here, group here. Okay. In case you all don't know how to do this, by the way, you can just hit G to create a group whenever you've selected multiple units by holding the control key or dragging a box around them. And then if you hold control G or just click this lock button, it'll lock the formation of that group. And if you click an attack order, they won't blob attack. The AI will choose units to attack in front of them. I'll demonstrate it here. If you're not familiar with it, it is useful. You don't want to trust it for absolutely everything all the time, but it is useful. So see, like right there, I can click that order. They're not going to blob. Same thing up front. I can click a group attack order here, which allows me to like do some more micromanagement with Grimgor. So see, I just took Grimgor out of that group. Click the attack order. All my troops are running forward, and I can focus Grimgor over here, or I can control my cavalry a little better. So see, here's my wolf chariots. So like for instance, we ought to be able to crash in here pretty good with the boar boys. And then you can kind of fine-tune your orders if you want as your units get closer. Let's debuff this Thane and put an end to him. Oh, here comes the hammers. I'm actually going to take my immortals through that. Let's pull my boars back out of that fight now. Swing over here, get the boys to take out the guns from shooting as our Lord Grimgor commanded. You can see he's absolutely trouncing this Thane, and then we got the black orcs set up against the hammers. So again, that's where I use that little bit of extra micro to be effective. I'm going to take my gobos in here. Get into the back of these hammers, knock them out quick. Kiss the Thane goodbye. Push up our archers. Our wolf chariots can probably get some rear charges here. Try and clean up a few of these warriors. That's going to be the end of all of their artillery. Hammers dealt with. Swing back over this way. Take out the Thane. Yeah, here comes the gyros, as expected. So let's push up our archers to face them. And the wolf chariots. While our army can chase down the rest of these stunty scum and teach them how to have a proper scrap under a mountain. Speaking of scrap, hopefully we get a bunch. Let's start shooting these guys. Yeah, alright, now we got a good beat on the archers. They're going to come in and start dropping all their bombs. That's what the AI does. Not a bad thing for them to do, to be honest, if they're trying to be more effective, because some of my boys are pretty blobbed up still, so let's spread them out. Our archers are doing some damage, and we should be able to force army losses here. If you don't bring archers to this fight, you got to get ready for a lot of annoying waiting around for them to... Oh my goodness, that was some bombing right there from that gyro bomber. Whew. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt a little. Oh, I forgot my wah. Whoops. Won't help me really, but it'll help me destroy these regrouped miners, I guess. There we go. So that's the end of the stunties, and we're going to get ourselves some gambler's armor and prove that we are indeed the biggest and the best. Alright, now if we're going to fight a battle against Thorgrim, we're going to need a few things to help out. This gambler's armor will help. That's going to put a ward save on Grimgor, so that's a good start. But as far as units go, we're going to need some skulkers. Those skulkers are going to need some upgrades, because we could be running into some longbeards. And them longbeards is kind of hard to rip. You know, you got to really be ready for some serious beard ripping whenever it comes to them long beards. So let's take a look at the old tech tree here. This Gobby Gobos is going to be an important one. We're going to finish up what we're working on, and we'll go ahead and start unlocking some of the scrap trees here, so that we can try and get some extra upgrades on our skulkers and stuff when we get them. And trolls would be another big play here in terms of something that we could use to help us against Karaz-a-Karak. We've got us a shaman, which we're going to pull into the army. And then after we finish this boss tent, we can recruit ourselves a big boss too. Alright, Bloody Hands is confederating with the Teeth Snatches. I'm going to come down here and recruit me a Gobbo Big Boss. This one's addicted to shrooms. That's actually pretty cool. That's a pretty big upkeep drop. Extra leadership is never a bad thing. That's going to make that guy significantly stronger. But having a Gobbo upkeep drop is pretty cool. And we could always move this guy into an all-Gobbo army eventually if needed as well. Might swing around and go do some scouting up here with him and do some campaign map work. And see if we can level these characters up a little. I had the other character too, which was right here. I'm thinking, because this army's strong enough as it is, I think I'm going to swing these units around and kind of do some agent actions and see if we can level them up a little before we put them to use on the battle map just yet. Let's head over here and do some raiding. Get a raiding camp going, make some extra money at the stunties' expense, extort a little income out of them, shall we? Yes, we will. That'll help pay for some of the agent actions that we're going to have coming. So I'm going to swing these agents up here into Karaz-a-Karak. Mr. Stabby. Mr. Stabby. I'm going to rename him that. Mr. Stabby. Well, I mean, I have to do it like he says it. Mista Stabby. There we go. He's now Mista Stabby. Let's see. Let's do Gobby Gobbos, because I am going to want some Skulkers in the army. Got a Raiden camp going on here. Let's let the Raiden camp go on for another turn here. And then I'll see whether some new units are ready to recruit. We got a skill point on Grimgor. Let's finish off Scarred Veteran. So now he's up 15% hit points over his original, which should be a lot. Alright, more Confederations, so that just means that Wurzag is gaining some strength. I'll try some Steel Tech, just to level up my little Wah here. It probably wouldn't hurt to like kind of focus on Specialists first, because it gives them a better chance of succeeding. And then we can use that to kind of build up these other skills. Or, I don't know, wouldn't be the end of the world here. Let's just go ahead and start putting the magic skills in there so that when we embed him, he's ready to fight here over the next few turns. So maybe that's better. I like building all these pile of shiny stuffs and growth, and then later on I'll tear down the no longer necessary growth buildings and put in like stuff like the goblin workshops and stuff like that that have benefits later on. But I kind of like to get a big pile of shiny stuff here. A big pile. Alright, we finished our Gobbo tech. Rotgut is ready for duty if we needed a second army, but of course that would be too expensive right now, and we need no such thing. Let's see what kind of troops are available to me. Yeah, we do have access to Skulkers now. Honestly, like, I don't like having a lot of Goblin Archers in the stack. I don't find them to be terribly useful against the Dwarves. They're horrible against armor and not all that good against shields, so I'm just going to punt these Gobbo Archers. They can be useful if you get a scrap upgrade on them that gives them more AP damage. But I'm going to go ahead and start putting some Skulkers in this army, and then that way we'll have several units of Skulkers that can kind of get around the flanks and go after Dawi skirmishers while Du Bois kind of hold up the main line. And then from a tech standpoint, it's this Gobbo Crackdown here, which is kind of good for my Orc units. We'll need that one. But let's get these... for goblins, goblin archers, yeah, nasty skulkers. This is what we want right here. Let's get this sharper stabbas upgrade, because we can get some nice upgrades for our skulkers. Let's keep trying to level up here, or actually we don't have the money to level up now because I did the recruiting. So let's go ahead and end a turn actually first. We're just going to have to skip that. Alright, Barak Var declared war on me. Okay, we failed, but he still leveled up, so we can unlock Itchy Nuisance now. So this is all helpful still to get him to level up a bit quicker. And let's bring this Gobbo Big Boss down here, and then I'm going to swing down towards Iron Rock, which may get taken by the stunties here. I can't get to it on this turn, so they may take it, but we'll take it right back. I've got nearly a full army here, and I can plug this Big Boss in here as needed. And then if you look here... missile strength for goblin, night goblin units, and then 7 armor for goblins, and then look, melee attack, charge bonus for goblins. This is use them and abuse them. I love it. Let's start with the extra armor. Could be useful in the fight against the stunties. Yeah, this is some pointless AI bullcrap right here, where they go take your settlement. There is no strategic value to that. They're just leaving themselves open to be destroyed. Sack and force march. Sack and force march. Oh, the AI is terribly predictable. Well, let's go make them pay for their predictable antics. Fix my stuff there. And I'm going to swing on over here. Yeah, I'll probably get trespassing penalty, but don't really care. So I'm going to swing over here to Varunka Hills, and I'm going to make these stunties sorry that they ever declared war on the biggest and the best war boss of all the greenskins.
What's this?
Oh yeah, we're getting levels real quick over here. Let's throw another one at Itchy Nuisance. Itchy Nuisance is a great one early on. I don't have enough money for Abuse 'em, so I'll start some research on this Gobbo Crackdown, and then we'll switch back over to Abuse 'em once I have the money. Now this is absolutely hilarious. United against us, Clan Rictus. Really? The dwarves paid off the Skaven to cooperate against me? Really? Like that would ever work for a player. Well, let's make them pay for it. Let's do it, boys. Alright, boys. We's gonna crump us some stunty gits. And, yeah, that crumping is largely getting underway at the moment. You can see the stunted reinforcements headed this way. We wait for no one. I'm gonna put a huge crump on these guys. Actually gonna start scooting up this goblin catapult. Let's swing around. I want to go break these units before the stunty reinforcements can arrive. Our skulkers are going to be pretty weak until we get some scrap to help out. Start swinging more units this way. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna give these boys a proper scrap here. Get around the edges with the skulkers. I can't get to the Dawe Lord just yet, but his units are getting pretty trashed. Here comes the reinforcements. Let's start hammering those quarrelers. Get a wah going here. See that the armored nature of the stunties is helping them hold out. That's why we wanted the skulkers. They'll help chew through some of that armor. And then once we get the little wah in the army, we can use Itchy Nuisance to help as well. Let's see if we can pull Grimgor out of this and go crump their lord. He is bigger, but I've noticed he still can't get out of these fights super easy. Are you hitting anything here? Because there's pretty ample targets here. I feel like this should be pretty easy. Alright, get him. Crump him. Let's get these boys to turn around and take these reinforcements. Got a second wall going right when we got a good break over here. Gotta finish them off. I don't need all those units, so a couple of them can come up, begin the fight over here. Oh, I forgot my cav. Let's start swinging it up to get ready to try and get to those skirmishers. Yeah, you can see how quick that Dawe Lord succumbed to Grimgor's negotiations, his aggressive negotiations. Yeah. Let's see if we can get a main engagement going with the boys. And then let's pull all the skulkers and start making for a flank again. And then Grimgor, I just want to plow straight ahead. Actually, I want to try and make this gap in the line and go for their leadership. Oh, nope, they're closing it. Let's hang on. Let's wait. I'm going to pull Grimgor back and try and get him through the battle lines. And then I've got my cavalry at group 3 that can start running this stuff down. Let's see if we can surround this dwarf warrior. Shoot that gap there. More boys. Bring in the boys over here. Black orcs keep crumping. Let's engage the dwarf warriors, get around there. Yeah, let's get lined up. We're going to need some reinforcements here. A lot of armored Dawe here. This is going to make for a interesting fight. Skulkers and cavalry. Let's swing back. Clean up this flank. No, don't spread out. Stay in the big column formation and push through there. I don't know why these guys are spreading out as I give them a movement order, so try and push through that. Get him, Grimgor. Okay, yeah, not bad. Not bad results so far. Let's get our biggest and blackest of orcs in there. Yeah, I told you to push through here, not get caught in that fight. This make a lot of difference with smoke bomb them. Oh, we got us a proper scrap going now, folks. This is a proper scrap indeed. Nice little rear charge going here. Oh, look at that Rune Lord. Melts like butter. Get us another wah going. That'll give us some much needed extra armor piercing damage and AP damage. 3, clean up this regrouped Dawi warrior. Yeah, the Skulkers are paying dividends, being able to help chop through some armor on the flanks, and then Grimgor is just on Lord cleanup duty here. It's hard to break the leadership at the Stunties, but it can be done. Let's actually put some shots right in the middle of this blob with our artillery. Let's go chase down the Quarrelers with the Skulkers. They should have the speed to pull it off. Alright, Skulkers. Move this way. Actually, the Skulkers can go straight to the infantry. We'll take the cavalry after the... There we go. Barak Var is going to pay a price for crossing Grimgor. They like to loot and scoot. That force march bullcrap. Let's see them force march their way out of this one. Scrap them, boys. Alright, hopefully y'all enjoyed getting to see a little Grimgor action here. He is no longer a meme. I think I'll have, based on the embargo, I think I can show just a little bit more of this over the weekend. I think I'm capped to like 4 videos or 150 minutes, so I'll try and get you as much footage as I can. But yeah, clearly Grimgor, no longer a meme. Hope y'all enjoyed it so far, and we're about to get some sweet scrap upgrades on our goblins too. You can see we get Jagged Weapons or Water Flask. Perfect Vigor is pretty cool for the Gobos, but I mean, getting a bonus versus infantry is also really helpful when fighting the Dawi, because it's really going to help us chew through them faster. So we got a couple of options, and we got some scrap off those Stunties, and we'll work on that a little bit next time. HeirofCarthage signing out for now.